Oh look, it's the memers.
No way.
Oh look, the memers.
Oh my god. Can't believe we're all memers.
It's the memers. Hey look, I escaped my meme. You can too. I need to fix some
Still
stuff. You
says
guys get
V2 NEP only. It still says my discontinued.
But
Oh, yeah.
actually, what voices do we have to use?
It's English currently.
English is winning by a mile.
English it is.
Wait. How much is a mile?
You're gonna snipe it now?
That's a good question.
It's
like
like
100.
70. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
now
a
you're
good
going.
one.
Oh, you're going Japanese now.
Yep, I guess we are.
Dun.
Which is fine by me.
So JP then?
It doesn't affect me at all.
Oh, I need to
don't
delete it.
have
That's what I need to do. Okay.
Mm.
Anyways.
So Endeavor should have to use voices because it's the language.
He's not gonna he's not gonna put the voices on. You already
Yes.
know this.
No one hears my game anyway. What do you mean?
Wait, I think I fucked up one of your layouts.
Z put his game on.
Wait, hold on.
His game on audio.
I think I have Glitchy on Endeavor. He is Endeavor. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah,
Identity swap. I watched this
Endeavor's
movie
currently
before.
hovered over easy mode, so that's easy to move. CAC W.
No one will know the difference, man.
Yo, Glitchy has a bot on his channel already.
Already.
Already? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well,
I can't
that'll
believe it.
probably be the only person posting there then.
Man, due to too many freaking games, do I click X on easy or is there another one? Okay, it's on easy.
It's just an easy, yeah. Difficulty selection starts the game.
So many different when to start splits across 5 different video games.
I can't believe
All right,
this.
everybody. This is Glitchy's first time ever appearing on HDNMarathon.
What's fun is this has come full circle because if I remember correctly, Glitchy was we brought Glitchy into this world after last year's death in Crest Run.
Pretty much, yeah.
Who gave birth to him? Who's the dad?
I was the runner, right?
Wait, what?
Wasn't I the runner last year?
So you gave birth to Glitchy, is what you're saying. This is what you're telling us.
Whoa,
Yes, but I'm still fat, so there may be another one
Huh?
on the way.
What are you asking, Patch? Whatever it's the current edition right now. I don't think there's a patch for Death End. I don't think ID Factory did any patches.
I don't think there's been a single patch at all since this game came out.
Like
it's perfect as is.
The only one that got patches is like V2R and
All goes well patched. Fix the double damage like the PC hand. The Attempt Request 1 still has a broken turn order display. It doesn't really work.
Oh yeah,
PC.
I think it was in PC they had the issue with the screen or something.
That's the Attempt Request 2. Yeah. The UI will glitch and your game will crash shortly after. On this game, the only thing bugged that's major is that the turn order that is displayed on the top left doesn't work. Like the order that is displayed is not actually the order in the fight.
Wow, I actually didn't know that.
I think the reason why he said patch is the moment he did CPU vert, the thing reset for the next hour, so it either took it and didn't say anything or it didn't take it.
Yeah, it didn't take it.
Took it at the last second. Oh no, you have to do it again. Sometimes I think it thinks you're copy pasting twice. So it's like a bot. It's on like a bot, anti-bot thing. So if someone does it, it does it again. Pretty much like anti-sims. You could just do it again.
Yeah, I think the only patch for this game is the Japanese version. Got all the patches.
Oh, anyways.
I don't think Death and Request JP has anything exclusive.
Anyways, you guys can do your introductions and do your thing, so we could get started. Even though we're kind of like using the break time for 30 minutes, we're going to be using the other 30 minutes because I have a long setup for that one.
Who wants to go first? I'll leave it to one of you two.
Oh, I'll start, I guess. Hello, everyone. I'm Aka. I've run a bunch of meme games on other marathons like ADF, Fang Only, and a lot of B2. And well, today I do B2, but slightly later than usual. I'm doing the 10 request now with the other memers.
Yeah, I'm Glitchy. I've been following this this community since 21, and I finally decided last year that I want to actually contribute something here. So here I am. Maybe next year I'll do something else, some other game.
Here is other memer. I am here. I am the only one not on PC, so you may see me lagging behind, even if I do get insane RNG.
In other words,
we're going to correct the time by subtracting around 4.5 minutes from whatever time I get. That so it can match the PC closer, so we can truly know how close we all three were.
I gave Endeavor his own exclusive timer. His own exclusive
believe
timer.
It or not.
Console timer.
I get my own exclusive timer? Believe it or not, even between PS5 and PC, there's still between 4.5 to 5 minutes of a difference in loading times, which is very crazy. And the time difference only gets bigger the more powerful your PC is. So for now, whatever time I get, we'll just subtract 4.5 minutes, and that'll be a true comparison to the times these other two memers get.
Well, I guess we can get started now.
We'll let our new guy count us down.
So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck.
Good luck, have fun, everybody.
Alright, so for those who don't know much, doesn't request 20%, let me give you a quick 101 on this game. So, 20% is done on easy difficulty, since it's the fastest one. Any easy difficulty in this game is interesting because it decreases the HP that the enemies have by 4/5 of their HP. So the enemies only really have like 20% of the HP that they have in higher difficulties, which means that with a proper setup you kind of one-shot most boss fights. The run itself requires learning a bunch of skills, with Sheena, Al, and Celica mainly, so that you can actually delete bosses fast, and if you don't get some of those skills you need to do some backups, because otherwise the boss fight is kind of spiral out of control in a way where they just waste a bunch of time since you don't have the damage to kill them. Here in the tutorial fight, the standard tutorial fight is 3-turn fight. Oh, I got Rokurin. We set up combos.
Nice.
So
we set up...
Was the thing for Roku or 15?
Oh, the bet, I'm not sure.
This whole time I was thinking it's Roku. In this case, you win.
Yeah.
Aaron wins the first, the first thing.
Damn, man. I believed in Glitchy this whole time.
I did not get it. Maybe by the zombies.
To go a bit more in depth into how skills work in this game, so each character can do 3 actions in 1 turn. When you do 2 or 3 specific actions, you'll see like a light bulb icon.
Of course, the last one didn't go.
And that chance determines your probability of unlocking a new skill that increases with Sheena's or whatever character it is levels. At the start of the game, we set up specific combo, which is triple Lunamis. Oh, I got Lunamissimo, nice. Just triple Lunamis because he'll give us Rokurein. And if you get Rokurein early, it turns the fight against the zombies at the start into a 1-turn fight optimally, and otherwise you lose like 20 seconds depending on if you actually learn the skill at that fight or not.
I got the God RNG at the worst time. I got the best zombie position without Roku.
Yeah, the zombies can either move to Sheena and group up nicely together, so you can kill them all with Rokuden, or they can just split off and do their own thing and just waste a bunch of time for seemingly no reason. And after we get Rokuden, we immediately start using Trolley Bloom into Lunamis, which has a chance to unlock Lunamissimo, which is the skill that we use to one-shot the boss at the end of this dungeon, and we will use to one-shot the boss in Chapter 3. This is the main reset point of this game, actually getting these two skills by the end of Hearties. There's a few fights where you can get them, but you at least need Rokuden in the second tutorial fight against the zombies. And you need Lunamissimo for the boss itself, because if you learn Lunamissimo on the boss, it's a damage roll if he kills or not, so it's inconsistent.
I got Lunamissimo.
I did not.
How's the learning situation going for the other two?
That's gross. 333, gain control. 40 seconds lost on four turn. One of those.
Ouch. Mine was a 2-turn.
Yeah, it would have been so good if I got Roku on turn 1, because they lined up perfectly for Roku. Yep.
Such is RNG.
Throughout this game, we talked about learning skills, and each skill has a percentage of being learned based on your level. Now, casually, on easy mode, except for with the exception of the dragon near the end, you can pretty much just steamroll this game no matter how unlucky you get. But if you're wanting to go for really fast and quick times, it is definitely resetting for skills that you have to do.
Yeah. The reason why it's key also to get skills on multiple characters, because this game has 3 elements and they follow the usual like triangle setup where one beats the other and so on. But in this case, if you use the incorrect element against bosses, it's not that you do less damage, it's that a lot of the time the bosses will just counter you. So you do no damage and they just counter attack back.
It
Which
doesn't
is
even need to be
something
boss. Actually, some normal enemies can counter you too.
Yeah. But for this speedrun we only really get affected by bosses.
Yeah, true.
This will be really fine.
I mean, in a more casual setting, it can also be normal mobs.
Yep. It's a universal mechanic for them. The player doesn't really get counters in this game. So once we pass that initial section, the rest of Artist Palace is decently chill. There's one menu that we have to do where we buy Sheena's weapon upgrade, and we also buy a magic ring that we'll need in Chapter 5 for Celica, so she has enough speed to do her combo. And we also need a rapid ring so that Al can outspeed the Toma Queen in Chapter 2, and also Celica can outspeed a bunch of stuff later on. If we're doing the bad ending as well, we don't really need to get any extra items. All the items that we grab are key items to continue through the story.
I didn't proc Lunamissimo. Oh boy, how many turns will this be?
Yeah, now Glitchy has to
There we go.
angles.
That's better.
Nice.
I'm only 30 seconds behind BB.
Yeah, now in Chapter 2 we get introduced to Al, who's gonna be one of the 2 characters that we're going to use to steamroll most fights. Now the thing about Al is that the good skill that we won costs 40 SP, but you need to learn another skill in between, because you start with Soul Strike, which is a pretty meh skill that costs 3 SP. which turns into Soul Lance, if I remember correctly, and then you get Soul
That's just the
Spear.
40. It's Soul Strike. Well, Lance was the 40 that I remember.
Oh, then Spear, then Lance. I always mix those two names. But yeah, that 40 speed skill is really useful because not only is it cheap SP wise, but it also does a stupid amount of damage.
Yep. And it has a good AoE.
Yep, it's pretty easy to aim because it has a lot of range and it hits multiple enemies, which is very useful in some Atheus. Now I get the dreaded 20-second unskippable crane animation.
You're already there? Damn.
Yeah. I got pretty good RNG at the start.
Yeah, another reason that we would really love to learn the 40 SP skill by the end of Chapter 3 is during Chapter 4, there's going to be a fight that's meant to be unbeatable. And having the 40 SP skill will make her a lot more chance to actually defeat her. And the game rewards you very nicely because you're really not supposed to just do that. You're supposed to just defend the whole fight for quite a few turns. It loses a lot of time. But she has just enough HP and we deal just enough damage on easy mode to where we can steamroll her. We don't need the 40 SP skill. You can also defeat her with high damage rolls on Spear and learn Lance right at the end. I've done that a few times. It's a nice backup. But 40 SP the Lance will really help ensure that that fight goes well.
Yep. And winning that fight gives you a neat 20 levels, and it will jump your party all the way from the 40s to like low 60s.
39 to 59.
Yep. It's a big damage. It used to be an optional thing on any percent on the first routes, but once a consistent kill for Ripuka one was found, it became the meta strat that is used. And I'm going to take an extra encounter.
It was discovered, like literally anything else is obsolete because it's just so much faster to get her done in one turn than it is to defend over and over again.
Yep. And I took an extra turn to get a speed buff, because if you start a battle in this game with a symbol attack, I got Baron GM and Toma Queen lived with 1 HP. Unfortunate. Yeah, if you start a battle with a symbol attack in this game, everyone in the party gets a speed buff. Now, buffs in this game are pretty strong because they're a 50% increase to your stats. So having a plus 50% speed, it's pretty handy early on, and it also carries between fights as long as you don't get debuffed by an enemy or you don't finish the fight before the debuff timer runs out.
I can't hold right to walk after this cutscene because they spawned the enemy right to my right, so I have to go a big old circle to the left. Good spawning position game. Just sitting there, menacingly.
3-turn Muga. That's fun.
No. Or a 2-turn.
Only got spear on the 3rd turn. So it wasn't even damage roll, just bad RNG.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, because it's actually some pretty good, pretty important information. I'm trying to remember, was it the bomb who found the 1-turn Ripuka, or was it the Japanese runner? Do you remember?
I'm not sure. I never really got too into Death and Request any percent until I started routing plan, so I'm not too sure on how the route evolved. Well, that's a terrible spawn. So there's sections in between areas of this game that have very narrow corridors for no reason, and sometimes enemies spawn right in the middle facing your way and you just eat the encounter. It's usually faster to eat the encounter and then slowly push them out of the way, depending on the enemy size, than it is to actually waste resources and fight them, for the most part. You don't fight them early on, but on the later chapters the encounters become decently tanky and you don't really want to waste resources for them.
Oof. No Lance first turn, and he's going after Sheena instead of Al. Unfortunate.
Would have had perfect worm RNG, but I failed to jump over one of them.
Oh wow.
Unfortunately.
I killed that boss in 2 turns without learning Spear.
You high rolled then?
Have I done that before? I can't remember.
Yeah, same. It usually takes 3 turns if you don't learn.
Yeah, the first turn he lost only like 45% of his health. So that second turn I definitely scored some way above average damage rolls.
This cutscene is very funny. It's the only cutscene in the game that can't be sped up in any way, other than like mashing all the dialogue boxes away.
Yep, but I manually mashed that one. And I don't think they ever reused that style of cutscene like the rest of the game.
Nope.
I think just like a one and done.
It feels like that cutscene is just missing some trigger, which would allow to do that.
I almost ignored the merchant. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
For those who haven't played this game, you have to make choices, like BN style, and if you make the wrong choices, you just get a game over and your run is dead. So yeah, gotta learn the proper answers, and sometimes you try to menu too fast,
Yep.
and you just kill your run.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this run is blessed.
Done that.
I dodged the first one. First burst.
Why can't I get a run like this when I'm actually grinding for a PB? I already have Lunami's Polo.
How did he encounter me from the back, but I didn't get a back attack? Oh my god, that's lucky.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
The second worm went right for my ass. He must have hit my hip.
So for general movement in this game, we just turn on sprint at the start and just move around dungeons doing that. There's a bit of finesse on dodging enemies in this game on some narrower places. Where...
No Lance.
Yeah, every enemy has a going forward animation, but every enemy also stops for like a second every couple of steps, so you can use that second to get away if there's enough room.
Yep.
There's so many narrow corridors though that it's a challenge in and of itself.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes the way the game sets them counters up on a way where you can't really do much, sadly. But a good chunk of the time you can maneuver your way around enemies. You saw us do it in chapter 1 on one of the corridors on the second floor, where we lured the enemy in the middle of the corridor to the side and we just circle around it when it stops. That's done a few times. The enemy's positions are randomized around a like certain area. Each enemy can spawn on like a certain range, I guess. But the way they move is completely random, so you just have to deal with it as it comes.
Yep. It also seems, at least to me, that every single enemy has its own like range of sight too, on how far away you can be before they'll notice you. And keeping that in mind is also pretty tricky, on top of everything else you have to memorize in this game.
Yeah, enemies see you from decently far in this game. So sometimes when you're on bridges, for example, if an enemy is on the opposite side of the bridge and they are looking your way, they very likely spot you and it will just run your way and you have to take the encounter, otherwise you're not making it through.
No. Al still didn't get spear on Robot? Maybe on the Dragonfly?
I'll need to be careful on the Replica fight. My Al is at very, very high corruption level already. 40.
There ain't
46.
no way! She
46.
still doesn't have spear. I'm going into Replica with her 3 SP skill.
Damn.
It's been
Cool.
a while.
I think you might want to take an extra encounter to fix that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll just roll the dice. I've had a run before where I've killed her in one turn somehow with just 3, and she learned the 15. So we'll aim for a 2-turn fight, and let's let the dice roll. I always grab the backup healing.
The code salve or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So on my end, that is the definition of a reset. Like, you don't want to roll the dice to learn 3 and still kill Rapuka. The odds of that, I'd put at 1%. But if it happens, I know I can buy a lottery ticket tomorrow.
If you get a good run on this game, it's already like winning the lottery because of the sheer amount of RNG you need to hit.
Yeah.
There's so many things you need to get right.
Yeah, I also want to say, like, don't forget that marker that we get in Aloha, but y'all are like a minute or 2 ahead of me, so y'all either got it or you missed it. I remember Aaron said his practice run missed it.
Yeah, I missed my practice run, so I had to remake my my backup files. So for Forest memes, Forest honestly doesn't really have much going for it. You have one small maze that has a predetermined solution that's the same every time. And then you have the Repuka fight. So the Repuka fight requires to get out into corruption mode, which is 80% in glitch mode. The offensive stance gets tripled and the defensive stance gets doubled. So with that amount of stat boosting, the idea is to basically one-shot her and just get that done. Now the thing is, in this game, which got changed later on, Death and Request 2, but in this game, if you reach 100% corruption, your character dies immediately, and if you revive them in the fight, they will have every stat debuffed and they will be poisoned. So yeah, you really don't want to have her die by getting corrupted. We're gonna step on some bugs on the floor, which we haven't really talked much about because the bugs on the floor in easy mode are kinda a meme. Because they don't really do like any damage to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, here I'm at 41, so I'm going to grab 2 of these light colored. Okay, I got the bad RNG. So I'm gonna pull a backup.
One of the best songs in the game, but on PC version you can't hear it because the waterfall sound effect is insanely loud.
It is.
Right. I actually got pretty unlucky on that fight because my owl did not get the range, even with triple 40s. So I used Sclea to heal everyone, so they just leave a turn. And then just finish the fight the next time she gets an action. It's a big time loss, but hey. Run's still alive, it matters at the end of the day.
There's lines.
If I somehow get the 1% lottery of one-turning Rapuka with the 3 SP skill, I will gift a sub. Let's go for it, guys. Let's get it.
My China somehow had a turn against EndeavorGaming in Forest. Al has lost her speed boost.
Yeah. Which had what I mentioned earlier where the fight to be too long or got debuffed, so...
And of course I didn't even hit a fucking polo with the turn I got.
I haven't landed either of the ranges on Forest, so I lost so much time here.
This has been a near perfect Forest for me so far, but it's all about Rapuka in the end.
Yep. But now, after Forest we have Samatius Temple, which visually, it's a cool dungeon, I guess. But for this run, is hell on earth, because it's a dungeon full of small corridors. And it is very likely that you'll get a bunch of encounters along the way.
Also, many of the enemies they're very fat. Like the hitboxes are super large.
Yeah, it's a lot of large enemies.
Game, thank you. It took like 3 adjustments to get the accept menu to pop up, or except
Right.
pop up on the bridge.
Now we have
I hate when that
Celica. Celica is the strongest party member because she starts with Aster Leak, which is a 120 SP skill that does a stupid amount of damage. So between her and Owl, most of the bosses for the rest of the run will die by their hand, other than 2 fights in Odysseus. But for now, we're locked into this party of Sheena, Owl, and Celica.
Celica is one of the few characters along with Owl that can get to the max attack stat way before the max level.
So, to elaborate a bit more on that, the way stats work in this game is a bit funny. So, the stats cap at 999.
We did not one turn for. Oh well.
And if you abuse enough stat boosting, you can reach the attack cap with like Sheena on chapter 2. Because if you get glitch mode, which triples your attack, you get the attack buff from one of the bugs on the floor. It gives you plus extra 50% attack, so if you equip gear that gives you attack, you put all of those together, you reach damage cap or stat cap. Now the problem with that is that reaching those high values early mid-game is really good because you do stupid amount of damage, but when the enemies also start to scale, what would be guaranteed kills become damage ranges instead.
Alright, we basically 2-turned her, which took 3 turns because Al was very low on HP. But it took 2 attacks, and Al still doesn't have her Lance.
Wow.
Fish cycle.
Okay, she learned Lance on the boss afterwards. Good enough.
I still got no follow.
I hope you're
I
taking.
already gave another turn for Sheena.
I hope you're taking notes. He's gonna be on the test later.
Yeah, there's gonna be a death and request 20% test at the end of this run.
We'll make sure y'all can be ready for your own speed run by the end of this run. But just like you have to pass a 100 question test.
Oh, that's a terrible spawn. Get out of my way, please. So if anyone in chat is interested on starting to run Idea Factory and compile hard games rather than just like Neptunia, any percent on these games a pretty good run to start because the route is very straightforward and it's simple to learn. And it's also not very long, as you can see. Wow, that was terrible. I can't aim to save my life, apparently. So yeah, it's a good run to get into the hobby.
Yeah,
there's also notes.
If you want to get into a speedrun at all, like, and you don't care if it's Neptunia or just anything Idea Factory, Death and Request, new game, easy mode, really easy to get into. Like, even if you're not, as long as you're not grinding for a world record, you don't have to like reset every for the skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Neptunia Rebirth 2 is another good one. There's so many good choices. Usually the ones are like low hour to sub hour. And then you also have your very difficult ones if you're into really hard speedruns. But this is definitely not one of them.
Yep, these are very beginner game.
It's very nice and chill.
Yep.
I still don't have 85. Oh dear.
Same. Sheena has now had
Very first every frame quarter is a good game.
3 turns, and I still don't have fucking have 85. Okay, that's starting to get to the impressive range.
Yeah.
There we go. 4 turns. I had to give Sheena a second turn on that one with 3 turns.
My brain legit farted during that menu since Sheena didn't have her 85, which normally doesn't throw me off, but it threw me off this time for some reason.
Oh yeah, I probably should have speed boosted already. Well, whatever. I forgot. Guess this takes forever now. And the frog didn't even die. Okay. Oh boy. Well, there's the apathy. Of course, that procs on the immediately on the first turn I used follow. Oh boy.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Well, at least I.
A lot of times in history.
At least I have the safer version basically for the first dragon already.
Oopsie. I love getting stuck on walls.
Oh yeah.
When it's off my
Now
I will.
we're back on Hearties. We're gonna revisit a bunch of dungeons. Now in Hearties, there's actually a shortcut that you can open when you go through this dungeon in chapter 1, which you will then take in this chapter. But funnily enough, it turned out to be slower than just not using the shortcut. So we only go down here to get this event trigger and that's it.
Oh my god, I remember that. That was like really early. Holy crap. A month or two in. Vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Way
Other
before
route?
Beam jump was thought of.
Yeah, other routes to actually go down there and open the shortcut for higher difficulties. But the reason why they do that is to grab the money chest that I just grabbed that we actually do not need in this difficulty. But having money early helps a bunch when running normal and hard mode. Right, so we have here the next
key was blocked, dude. I had to get out of the way for a few seconds before getting to the second key. Stinky enemy placement.
Okay, next boss fight, we click X. Lily dies. Wow, finish the boss fight. On to the next section of the castle. We are now given a key item, so we unlock an extra floor.
Can I? Oh, what? Oh my god. I used to know how to do that perfectly. I'm washed up.
That's a bad unicorn spot. Okay, so what I just did there, I had to focus for a bit. So each character has a field ability, and Lucille's field ability, which is a character that you have not seen because we don't use it at all. Her field ability is to make invisible paths visible. Now the thing is that even if they are invisible, the path is like they're already there. So if you know the locations and how to do the pathing, you don't really need to use her field skill at all. That's why I jumped into and started floating in the air. Because I actually landed on an invisible platform, they just jumped through the door frame.
Yeah,
I'm gonna save
a beam jump because it's actually just harder than it looks.
Endeavor's a big fan of the YOLO strat. The way I did it is that I stopped for like half a second to line it up properly. And then we just dash it without stopping, it just goes for it. If you fail that jump, you lose like, how much, 30 seconds?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because you land on the shop where we bought our stuff in chapter 1. So you have to go upstairs again, dodging about 4 enemies on the way.
Can't wait to drop down there.
Terrible spawn.
It's definitely closer to a minute. I will also talk a fun little fact about the Sanatheus boss here. If you accidentally run away instead of defend, then you just gave yourself a death end, which is a nice fun fact about this game.
Yeah.
So, and I've done that before. I have accidentally, going for defend, accidentally run away from the fight by hitting the wrong button. And your run's just lost. You can't get back into the fight, and if you try to leave the room, you die. You get a death end. So you gotta be very careful on Sanatheus boss fight.
Right, next boss fight. Press X, we win. But it has a second phase.
So I will keep my My nickname is the YOLO meme jumper. So get your guesses in chat on your prediction of how many tries will it take me to get the meme jump. Will I get it first try? Or will it take me a couple tries? We'll find out.
I got 0.1 seconds back on on the castle revisit.
Nice. I'm losing time on every split.
Yeah.
I'm 10 seconds ahead of my last run, which was a 53:46.
I'm 2.5 minutes behind PB.
I'm 141 behind PB.
I'm not going against my PB because I know it's gonna be very bad.
Valid.
I've learned to just compare against last run, so it makes me feel better.
Right, so now it's time for one of the heroes of this run. That one warp stone that we touched at the end of chapter 4. Because we are gonna TP back to it because we need to revisit the ruins, so...
This is one of the things I actually practiced a good amount of times and got about 50% of the time. So
blocked.
we're still about a little over a minute or so away from it, so let's see if we get it when we get there.
That gorilla's in a questionable spot. Right, I'm gonna do that here and strat that's mostly done on PC and PS5, which is to touch that warp stone. They use it later because he can abuse the fast loading times for these platforms. So instead of backtracking, oh, you didn't land the range, that's terrible. Oh, there goes 5 seconds. So instead of backtracking as we used to do on PS4, we actually just teleport back to that point when we grab a key item. And that's slightly faster and also safer because guarding the next key item that we need to pick out is a really big doggo. And if he looks your way, you're not getting past him. Now, here I'm gonna hope that the gorilla is not blocking the bridge, because that gorilla... Oh, he's blocking the bridge.
I got it.
Surely he moves fine. I don't know if I make it. Oh yeah, I make it through. So that gorilla over there loves to block that bridge. Oh, and this thing is facing my way, so I'm taking the encounter. This is the dog-looking thing that I was talking about. It's absolutely huge. Now it's aggroed on me, but I'm gonna grab this key item and it's gonna go back to the room, and I'm gonna TP to the ruins.
I don't think I've ever had so much excitement for getting the meme jump in such a terrible run before.
It's the marathon moment.
I needed that adrenaline rush.
That's fair. Right now, all the way at the start we talk about a dragonfly, which we need to name his polo for. It's coming right out. Because he has really high physical resistance and is weak to moon. So you need to hit him with moon magic. So I skip turns, I let it attack. One thing about... Oh, I didn't die. Guess we just pull some scuffed backups? Okay.
Since I'm the one behind still in Rosaria Forest Part 2 here, this is probably one of the parts of the game that's went through much different routing. There's many keys just gone like laid throughout this dungeon, and we started out with 4 of them back in the day. Then we found 3, and then we started using 2, and I think there was a 1 key route, but it ended up being slower than the 2 key route. So now we're back up to 2 keys, and I just find it funny that a chapter this slowed ended up going through a lot of optimization, Some more than the rest of the chapters.
Yeah, so initially we had the 3 key setup, which is the one that we still use now. And then a Japanese runner found a name Saki Suisen. Sorry if I butchered the name, but he found a 2 key setup to get the puzzle done. But it turns out that the 2 key setup requires a bunch of extra movement that makes it slightly slower than the 3 key method. So the 3 key method is the one that has prevailed to this day. And also, Green, to answer your question, Sheena.
I did everything in reverse and whoops. Oh, yeah, you had it.
Nice.
But we also did have 4 keys, I remember, at the very, very beginning of this.
Yeah, we possibly had more, yeah. That puzzle has gone a few changes throughout the rounds.
But yeah, chapter 7, being less than 3 minutes long, went through a bit more route changes than most other chapters, twice its length, all because of the key layout. And who knows, there could still be a key layout that somehow has a chance of being faster. We'll just find out over time.
Yep. Alright, coming right up, we have Dragon 2. He's back. And this time the idea is to paralyze it with Celica and just kill it with Sheena doing the exact same things before. Now the thing with these dragon fights is that you do not want to push them into bugs, because they will get corrupted. They start with 90 something corruption. If you corrupt them, they get all their HP back, so...
And we
do not want to do that.
Yeah, they get all their HP back and they also get some buffs and take less damage. It's really bad.
Yeah. On higher...
Polo.
Yep, if you don't have Polo, it's interesting. You can delete the second one with Rokudane, which I was trying to make a route run for, but the first dragon fight is too tanky without Dynamics Polo, sadly.
Don't have a skill.
Yeah, I'm dead. I just got an encounter on Volcano.
Oh, good luck escaping.
Yeah, I might be. I actually might be, or not. Celica run on the first turn.
Yeah, in this game you do not want to get any encounters after chapter 8.
Yeah.
Because
so
the
after
odds of
that.
running away from the enemies just become so exceptionally low. Like, you can try for it, it's definitely worth trying to run.
I'm not landing any range this run. That's amazing, I'm missing all of them.
The enemies will deal as much damage as bosses. Which is crazy. But that's Idea Factory games in a nutshell. They do love making common enemies deal as much damage as bosses.
Yep.
Yeah. The problem as well is that they are really fast later on, so that makes escaping very scuffed. Yeah, I have a funny strat for the 2 dragon fights on higher difficulties, normal and hard mode, because they have a lot more HP, where we actually use a mechanic that we have not even mentioned because we don't use it on this route, which is having our good friend Arata use hacks to help us, and one of them is to summon an Entoma Queen that we have defeated, the chapter 1 one to be precise, that increases knockback effects. So you hit the boss once and it starts bouncing all over the place, and it takes a lot of damage from each time it hits the wall or a character. So it just dies from doing that. Oh, I missed the chapter 10 Entoma Queen range as well, so now he's gonna take a cool stroll around the place, as you can see. I have missed, I think, every single damage roll in this run. Which is a bit sad, but hey, happens. There's another cool mechanic about corruption that the game does. I don't think the game straight up tells you, but other than getting 80% corruption and going into glitch mode, if you have 20% corruption or 40% corruption, you also get stat boosts. They're just lower than glitch mode, obviously. But some strats on all routes of this game are based on a character having a certain amount of corruption. For example, for that boss that I just fought, in order to have the best chances to one-shotting it, Celica needs 40% corruption exactly for the stat boost that will get her to damage to attack cap. And things like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, he glitch mode. He didn't even have half his health remaining. What do you mean, game?
I saved 14 seconds on the volcano.
Sheena didn't learn polo on the first turn of the dragon, so he glitched or corrupted. But now she learned it on the second one, so he's rectangle.
I wonder if Ali's
and
gonna
of course,
kill.
she learned her 150 afterwards.
Sounds
So
like
now Celica has a chance to one-shot Sheena, and she did. So I'm gonna rest her and I'm gonna heal everyone, because I don't wanna risk this.
For anyone new joining in, if there anyone's wondering why me in particular is doing pretty much everything the same as the other two guys, why am I so far behind? I'm on PS5, the other two are on PC. We will be subtracting about 4.5 minutes due to the loading times difference, and that will be the actual competitive time versus those two. But even still, that will be pretty much lower. They've had better runs.
Did you one-shot the Odyssea?
No.
Queen?
I did not.
I managed to.
Oh, nice. Mine took a stroll around the map, as usual.
There's also the chance it will only move like 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah, there's so much rare for some reason. I wonder how its AI actually works.
Yeah. Sometimes it really takes like probably over 5 seconds.
Yep. Oh, breach enemy. Ooh, I squeezed through. That was a breach enemy Yamska. An enemy can block the breach, and if you get into an encounter now, you're probably going to die because you're not gonna be able to run away. And also fighting them is too long, takes too long. And you probably won't kill them. Because at the moment this party, we had to remake our party because everyone left and rejoined. Celica's the only one that has like gear equipped. The rest don't have anything, they have like the default gear. We are not over leveled anymore, so... Dude, this enemy here to my left can actually spawn right next to the teleporter looking at it and basically camp you. So you get an encounter immediately after taking the teleporter or the jump pad. Which has killed, at least for me, a few rounds in the past. So I always get scared when I have to go through it. Right, that was the last.
There for that enemy.
That was the last fight of the run because we're doing normal end. On true end here, we'll have still about 2 more boss fights, but in our case, once I reach this this event point, the run is over.
This is so bad. I'm cornered. I'm cornered. Okay, thank you for moving. Holy crap. That was so bad. GG's.
Thank you.
GG.
Thank you. And that's the friend request. Any percent.
I heard you're lapping around, man. I heard you're lapping around, Aaron.
No run, Max.
Nah, I heard you going for another run, man.
Do Game Plus.
Okay, if you do another round of free range forward, I'll do another 90% round of defend request.
No.
Yeah, well, there we go. Had to try.
If you do it without soft locking, then I'll go take world record from Aaron in V2.
nice,
Ooh.
easy
free me from B2.
Who learned the move first? Oh, no one actually did it anyway.
I think everyone has the moves already. Glitchy is heading to the final fight.
No one predicted anyway. Everyone was like, scams.
Yeah, insider trading.
Oh, yeah, we never did do a prediction for 85, did we? Solo.
No.
But Aaron won that.
GG.
Oh, didn't he?
Yeah.
GG.
Oh, did you say time?
Yeah, time.
No, I didn't. I meant
Yes.
GG for him.
GG.
I still have about 5 minutes.
We'll
Assuming
put the
that
CG.
the first mini boss doesn't take a lap around the ring to get to Sheena. Oh boy! Yeah, it's put me one step behind that guy. Let's go. I definitely needed more than one heart attack in this round.
Yeah, heart attack?
Happened to
Well,
normal
that was on
end.
the
Does everyone
range.
die?
Oh my god,
Basically.
I got him first. One turn, let's go.
I'm the only one that didn't get this range. This is so sad.
It's okay, I won't get the bridge enemy. Alright, hey, I'm the only one left, so let's just talk about this bopping music this whole game has had. There's really not a stage that disappoints on its own. Especially this final one.
Yep, this year has pretty good music.
I mean, when you know when the game is called Death and Request and the final stages song, the first word starts with death, you know it's a pretty good one.
It does have really good music.
About to find out if Celico one-shot Sheena or not. And then I'm also going to forget how many cutscenes are there like I always do.
You're gonna do the normal attack of shame on the overworld.
Trying so hard not to. I already did that on Rosaria too.
Already does once or twice this round.
I also love how Celico can just die to Al, and then the next fight suddenly Al is weak.
Yeah, Celica 1 takes damage from Al, but on the second phase, Celica counters Al's element, so Sheena's the one that has to defeat her here.
Yeah, Sheena lived. Let's go. Okay, I did the attack
Nice.
of doom. I made up for the good luck with that. This is the big, powerful bad guy I talked about the entire game, and then he just gets melted by Sheena. It's not even close.
Yeah.
It's actually really funny.
Unless you miss with Polo. Which can happen.
Big Rab died.
I almost forgot.
Where were you when Rab died?
Rab was dead, man.
I guess it'd help if I put her in my team, huh?
Yeah.
Let's equip Celica, but forget to put her in my team.
Moral support Celica, fully equipped.
She can cheer us on from the sidelines.
Any set doesn't really allow other characters to shine because of how low the HP of bosses are. And on high difficulties, you'll see Clea being used a lot because she can do some absurd damage. You'll see Lily actually being used, but only as an SP generator because her skills are terrible for the most part. And Lucille is just Lucille, she doesn't get any use.
Liar. That's how you use her. Cherry girl, that's ending.
No, not Changirl. But then on early armor routes, she was actually used once because she has an AoE magic attack buff. That was her entire use. I don't know if current Helmut strands even do that anymore.
User?
Actually had really good positions on enemies here. That's crazy.
I would have bought on my channel.
And here we come to the final portion where you cannot get encounters. We're just a teddy bear. And time.
53:14.
32 seconds faster than my last run.
I mean, could have gone worse.
It was overall pretty dang average. No complaint.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that Al didn't get speared at all until Rapuka. But we still two-shot Rapuka, which is very wild. We got good RNG. Not the best RNG, but good RNG. I love how all of our runs was a mix of everything, but nothing completely devastating happened to either of us.
Yeah. They were just runs of all time.
They were all the runs of all time.
Ulti run back.
GG's, everybody.
GG's.
Well, that was Death End Request, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a really fun game to run. All of us enjoy it. Me and Aaron and Bomb been playing it since the beginning. I'm still... me and Glitchy is kind of like the only active right now, but I think it'll go back into the shelf for me for a while, so Glitchy will become the only one active. So if anyone's interested out there in making sure he's not the only one active, feel free to join our Discord, learn how to play the game, and we can get you to be a top 5 runner in no time.
Yep, we have notes and stuff available for most difficulties, so if you're interested in running this game, feel free to ask around.
Yep, and that is it. Me and Aaron will see y'all in like what, an hour and 20 minutes?
Yeah, like an hour from now.
When we get into an even bigger sized race.
That's gonna be good. I've been waiting to see the V2 race.
So, see y'all then, everybody, and continue enjoying the marathon.